practices. The visualization practices and completion stage practices. Both are equally important. Visualization practice is practice, starting practice with the form and the sound, and then go to the nature of the mind, not mind. So it's in a way embracing whole things, bring out everything as enlightened status. Because there is, in the phenomenal world, there is three things: form, sound, and the space of the mind. Visualization practice is start with the form and the sound, then it capturing the mind and whole things. So that is known as visualization practices in Vipashyana teachings. Completion stage practice is, of course, there's two things, but if we talk about the completion stage, final completion stage is practicing on the mind, nature of the mind, completely in a great emptiness or great nature, absolute state. And practice of that, and then again coming out, understand the sound and the forms. Again, same thing. It going. One is on the direct on the front or on the spotlight. Other is coming from the emptiness to the form. And one is going from the form to the emptiness or the absolute status. Is basically the two approaches. And now we begin to talk about this completion state, greater completion status. So that means to the absolute status. To do the absolute practices, and then gracious teacher Buddha Shakyamuni gave two instructions, two famous instructions. Those are known as the Shamatha practices and Vipashyana practices. These two practices, Shamatha and Vipashyana. And that means actually who is going to practice? Who is going to discover these natures? Nature of as it is, without continually kind of like active, disturbed by the dualities. Who is going to do? It's mind. Mind is going to do practices. Our mind. So therefore, Shamatha is completely designed to stabilizing our mind. Our mind. That also means, of course, we all know ourselves. It's not something mystery to each of us. Our mind is very active. And if I use the word active, if I use another word, it's restless. Mind is restless all the time. Time we wake up early in the morning until we fall asleep. It is active all the time. Active or restless all the time. And then when we fall asleep, also unless we fall deep sleep, otherwise our mind is active as in dream world. So virtually, if I speaking, almost 20 hours, our mind is active or restless. This is what Buddha teaching said, is like turbulence. Turbulence. Turbulence is going on all the time. When the turbulence of the mind is going on, what is doing? It's not just only mind alone. Our channels are active. Our breathings are active. Our physicals are active. Our energies are so restless. When it becomes so strong and so tense, then we can begin problems, such as known as psychological problem, mental problem, emotional problems. Those are reflected, and then physical begin to change too. Shape and formation, complexions, all that change. Because mind is so restless, all those turbulences are going on there. And when that happened, what is our mind is? We are not in peaceful. We are not in a restful status. We are not in calm and peaceful. Completely on the surface we are wandering. Our mind, our space, our physical universe or the world is in a way completely covered up the hurricane or the cyclone or these tropical depressions. On the surface, there is nothing really come up out of shiny sunshine of the nature. It is completely disturbed. Even things that externally looks like good, everything looks good, luxurious, rich, and famous, wellness, all these things, but mind is not rest. It just doesn't make any big difference. It just restless. That is how the mind is. That is opposite of the shamatha. Shamatha means what? Calmly abiding. Now when mind is that state, it's not calmly abiding. It is turbulently abiding. Total turbulence abiding. That's how mind is. And then what Buddha used? Drunk monkey mind. Drunk, not just a monkey mind, drunk mind. Or drunk elephant mind. That's how it is. And then we really don't have any fears. For that reason, shamatha is important. You should do the shamatha. Shamatha is also what in the teaching, every great master said, everyone said, in the Buddha said, again and again, without the shamatha meditation, we won't get at realizations. That means mind is not rested, not resting. So therefore, good shamatha is really foundation of all the realizations. So for that reason, again I'm going to talk really about the shamatha. Shamatha, many of you know already all these things, but however, again, I'm just, as I said yesterday, those who know is reminded to each other, is reminded from me and reminded to you. And those who don't know, it is important, as I said already, as I said. Now to do the shamatha meditation, again, physical posture is the same thing as I said yesterday. Whether postures or 7 postures with a Vipashyana, or whatever comfortable you are going to sit on the cushion or the floor, or be comfortable. And what is, again, in the teaching said, I said yesterday too, when you rest, what is important? When you're meditating in physical level, comfortable, relaxed, kind of spacious, kind of feel comfortable, feel very relaxed. That is what we need. And when you do that, it will be balance our body. And then balance the energy, balance the mind, those are all I said. And then you did, again we did all this devotion and praise and all this reflecting the mind, all that. And now when you come to the practice itself, shamatha itself, and there is 2 shamathas. And there is many shamathas. Buddha gives so many instructions about the shamatha, variety of the techniques of the shamatha teaching Buddha gave, but I'm going to talk to you about the kind of two system shamatha. Outer shamatha that use the support from outer object or outside, shamatha that use the support from inside. That means outside our physical and inside our body. And that also divided into 2. According to the instructions of the great master Vimala Matra and our Khenpo Tsewang Rinpoche also said many times, there is that outer can be divided into 2. And that is, first one is the holy object and ordinary objects. And ordinary object, just whatever you feel you like to use as support of your focus, which is small marbles or crystals or something kind of kitschy, small things that you will put right in front of your distance. Again, in the Buddha teaching, mentioned distance of the 1 york. Y-O-R-K, right? York.
Y-O-K-E.
What?
Y-O-K-E.
Oh yeah, Y-O-K-E, 1 york. Distance of 1 york, and kind of on your front and looking toward the tip of nose, as I said yesterday. Looking at it. And that is the ordinary object. For the support. This is the support for the shamatha support. And a holy object as statue of the Buddha Shakyamuni. Small Buddha Shakyamuni statues, also the same distance, 1 york distance, and there is on a small table, you put that Buddha, or small cushion, nice cushion, on the top of that, you put the Buddha statues. So now whether it is a holy object or regular object, ordinary object, both are support for the Shamatha meditations. Shamatha meditations. This object, what it will do, as I use already, support. It will support to stabilizing our running turbulence mind. It will support. It will kind of, if I use the word, it will anchor down our mind. It will help to anchor down our mind. Now, with that meaning, you're going to, when you put that Buddha statue or that just a regular object, now you're going to concentrate that. And how? You're going to bring, in a way, your mind, not in a way, bring mind to the two eyes. Focus up to the two eyes, and now two eyes, semi-open, looking to that object. Is it a piece of marble or the Buddha? If it's the Buddha, look to the third eye spot of Buddha. Face of the Buddha, particularly third eye spot of the Buddha, you're going to look. So that means you are now really, in a way, created in a triangle, in a way. Triangle from the eyes, both eyes looking, the mind is coming and looking at the triangle and pointed, and now you're looking to the eye, third eye spot of the Buddha Shaktamans. And do that with a little bit kind of strongly, concentrated, that means. Strongly concentrate. You're going to look to that. And your mind is with eye, and eye is with both eyes are to the spot of the Buddha's third eyes. And it's that, concentrate on that. Concentrate. That means, when you use the word concentration, I think English had that. That means some kind of, some degree of the strength. Strength that you're going to use. Concentrate. In a Tibet, known as Pinginzi. Pinginzi means kind of straightforward, upholding that concentration. Concentration. And see how long your mind stay with that third eye spot of the Buddha Shaktamani. That how long? That means this time you're not letting go mind to any places. As we said yesterday, mind is not going in the past memories. Mind is not provoking in the future plans. Mind is not wandering now any places. Just only that. Every your conception of the past, the present and future come together, one single state to that spot. Be kind of vigilantly concentrating to that spot. How long we can keep concentration without mind went away, or without monkey mind went away. And we can keep that at first, maybe 1 minute. That is good actually. It's nothing wrong. It's 1 minute. If we really can keep that. If we can keep 2 minutes, or 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, that is known as stabilizing the concentration. It's called the stabilizing. It is now stabilizing. Stabilize. And while you're meditating that, and our monkey mind become even at the beginning time. Those who did long meditation, different. But if the beginning meditation, even it won't stay 1 minute. It looks like mind is more active than ever. Ever. Looks so restless. You will feel that. This is the teaching. Said it's not mind is restless, more active now, but now you're seeing that. Before we don't notice that. We just always in that state, we don't notice at all. Now our mind, we're putting in the radar spots. Radar spots. So you see, you detect more clearly that. Which means good in this case. You recognize how mind is active. That. But without a tired, without a bored of any question, this and why, this and that, and if we do those questions and all things, then we're making more mind, more restless mind. That is not. So come back without questioning anything, just concentrate again. Again on that spot. Do that again and again. And if we can stay that mind for 5 minutes, which is really wonderful, then very good. Or while you're doing this, while you're concentrating, maybe you can also, according to Dzogchen level, you can start chanting As. Concentrating mind to that and spontaneously chanting As so softly, just so softly. And see how long you can hold. And you start counting, without again focus on that, counting with the fingers. Each finger has 3 lines, and you start counting at 1 feet. Just very soft. Only you who will hear it, you will hear it. No one else, not anybody must hear it. Then, but count. If you can do 50, that means it went 5 up to 15. That means 15 times up. That means more than 20 seconds, or maybe more than that, the mind state. So that means that you're using the object, supporting for our constant object, at the same time we're using secret syllables, blessings, blessed syllables that we're using. That is what important. That is what called meditating on the outer support from the object, external object, whether it is holy or whether it is ordinary. Inwardly support again. Now there are not any external outside, but same thing. Again, holy object and a regular again. Regular or both, maybe according to Dzogchen level, both are now holy objects. Inwardly, according to Great Master Vipashyana teaching and Khenpo Tsewang, which many times said, and visualize again inwardly in our heart center, small Buddha. Total, absolutely, of course, Buddha is total enlightenment, transcendental, transcendental body. Buddha, that's the concentration to the Buddha, small Buddha, one type, size of thumbs, like this, just small, the glowing Buddha, this size. So that means maybe 3 inch or 2 inch, just this.
1 inch.
One of these.
1 inch.
1 inch. 1 inch. 1 inch. 1 inch is small, even smaller. But just perfect proportion, perfect glowing, perfectly radiant light, just so calm, so peaceful, and full of love and compassion. That's what the Buddha is. Buddha is, and just meditating inwardly to that and concentrate on that. That is, then same thing, how long our mind can stay. And then another one is, again, is similar things. According more in the Dzogchen level, or not more in the Dzogchen teaching, and that great master, his own Dunyan mentioned, visualizing right here, third eye spot, small light, small glowing white light here, inside white light, small white eye, small white eye. Eye is a edge, I think maybe, or very eye, either one, but very small and glowing, and concentrate again. You can close the eye this time. Needed, close eye and concentrate on that. And again, how long your mind can stay. And use those supports. Once your mind is more stabilized that way, and then release all those objects, focus outside, inner things, and just relax, neutral states. Without, again, the same thing. No past, no future, no personal thoughts or wandering anywhere, just simply relax. Relaxing, calm, and peaceful. Peaceful. This is how we begin the meditation. Meditation, that is how really the foundation of the meditation. And this is the meditation is then again so powerful, so special. It will help to increase our understanding of knowledge, wisdom, and our love and our compassion. Also it will increase more patience, more kind of like skills and methods, And benefit of the meditation is so many. And then it will bring more mindfulness, more alertness. It will bring all those beautiful things. The benefit is by meditation, by Buddha Shakyamuni, all those great masters mentioned so many times again and again and again. I mean, this is not just they mentioned that is a witness. And now again, in the modern time, now we see, even in the mainstreams of the United States, meditation of the mindfulness become so popular here, so popular. Maybe 10 years ago, doing meditation, maybe even they don't like to hear those names. It looks more strange things. Makes more strange. And now it's become the kind of the more popular means because know the benefit of the meditation, mindfulness. That's really how it is. It is. So this is the foundation of the meditation. It is really important. Even when you do the Dzogchen meditation, before the Dzogchen meditation, or in one session, have this meditation for at least 5 minutes, or 2 minutes, 3 minutes, stabilize the mind. Then Dzogchen meditation. Then it's good. So that is my really about the Shamathas. Now we told that we kind of start with our Dzogchen meditation, because otherwise I won't be in the trouble, I think. Because what happened with Dzogchen teaching or something? People say stuff. So I will talk now I will talk the Dzogchen teachings. Now with that foundation, Dzogchen teaching, now we begin to practice this. And this is the instruction according to these teachings. This is really teaching. This is the Dzogchen teachings. But now we're talking about the Dzogchen generally. Dzogchen has 2 famous practices. I mean, many of you know already. Not just many of you, most all of you know this. It's known as Tukyu and Toga practices. And the Tukyu and the Toga both are very important. I mean, those are so special. Because why is it important? Is the essence and nature where things are. It's exactly. And exactly that this Dzogchen practice is exactly what Buddha realized. What the Buddha achieved. Or when you become the Buddha, what do you realize? You realize Dzogchen realization. That is what it is. So it is the essence of the practices, or essence of realization. This is the Dzogchen teachings. Now, Dzogchen teaching, when you do practices, again, it needs all that foundations. Without those foundations, what I said yesterday, what I said today, without that, we won't really activate that. This what I said yesterday and today, this Shamatha, all those are in a way, what we call, in a way, like launch pad. When you go to the space shuttle challenges, space shuttle challenges, space shuttle, the challenge is so famous, so powerful, so famous. But without launch pad, it won't go. It won't make powerful. What I said today and yesterday is like launch pad. Without that, it won't achieve the goal what we want. If we have this launch pad, then we can get really Dzogchen practice. Nice, perfect. It is powerful. Now, when you practice the Dzogchen, again, Dzogchen practices how you're going to practice it. This is again in the Dzogchen teaching, every great master said. Now, Dzogchen practices, Dzogchen teaching is the same as, I use the terminology, what Buddha's generally Buddha teaching. Shamatha meditation and Vipashyana meditation. There's 2 meditations. Shamatha meditation we discussed. Now, Vipashyana meditation. Vipashyana meditation and the Dzogchen meditation is the same. This is Vipashyana meditation. Dzogchen is Vipashyana meditation. Vipashyana meditation, generally, what do you do? You see everything exactly where things are. Where things are, what according to the teaching, according to those great masters, where things are is emptiness. Everything is emptiness. Not just emptiness, but it is also is form. That's what in the Heart Sutra we chant. Form is emptiness, emptiness is form. When you see that exactly as it is, Form is the emptiness, emptiness is the form. That is realization of the Vipashyana. Perfect, exactly. But how we start to realize that nature immediately? Because our duality mind is so strong, immediately we won't see form is emptiness. We won't see. I mean, that's what how, maybe we start questioning why, how this forms. Because our habit pattern, grasping is so strong, is accumulated or kind of added up from the beginner's time, is so strong, our understanding is tangible, solid, existing, and conquering that things. That is duality. Reality, form is emptiness. Now to discover that both form and emptiness and form, we start with meditating. We started from the emptiness. So we started emptiness, meditation. Emptiness, as again many times every great master said, and Khenpo Tsewang Rinpoche said many times, emptiness is not negation status. Negation status. Emptiness is the form. That's what Buddha said. Emptiness is the form. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is no other than the form. Form is no other than emptiness. Also what Buddha used in the back and forth. All that bring up this total nature status. But as I said, we started to to begin to discover the nature of that exile. So we started with the realization of the emptiness. And also to start an emptiness realization from outside object is difficult to us. Again, to digest it is difficult, to understand it is difficult. So we start to go to the heart of the nature. That's what the Dzogchen teaching is, going to the heart of the nature. Nature, who is going to realize this nature? Emptiness or not emptiness? Who is doing this? All analyzation, who is doing? Who is making all this? This is not emptiness, this is yes emptiness, this might be, this, all this thing. Who is doing it? Every kind of brain down to the bottom of these duals. There's nothing else than our mind. Again, that is true. Our mind is the decision maker and the projectile, everything. So, as Buddha said, or in the Dzogchen teaching, now we go to the mind. Mind is, because mind is everything. It's doing everything. And so what is mind is? What is mind is? And mind is now, is empty. Mind is empty. Why is the mind is empty? Have we asked that question? And then, and somebody may say, if mind is not empty, where is the mind? If somebody says to us, where is your mind if not empty? What will be our answer? What are we going to say? There's nothing answer. There's nothing we can answer. And mind is not just empty, blank empty. It is all that what we're talking now. You're listening, I'm talking, is also performed and reflected, activated by mind. See, all mind is displayed. Yet, where is the mind? Mind. There is no place of the mind existed at all, anywhere. We say in the brain many times. Where is the brain? Which part of the brain? Mind is. How tall mind is. How wide is the mind is. How deep is the mind. If we start asking all those questions, there's nothing we can give answers. No answers at all. And then in the Buddhism, also in the teaching said, mind is in the heart. Where is in the heart? Which part of that? If we start trying to pinpoint and locate the mind, nothing, we can't. There's no can locate the mind. This is all teachings, what I'm saying this. Teaching of the Buddha or this great master. But you also investigate yourself. Is true or not? Buddha's teaching is not just a Buddha said, we follow, we listen, and that's it. That's not. Buddha says himself, examine my word, examine my teaching. If it's true, you accept it. If not, you can say no. When Buddha gives the teachings, generally in those old kinds of books, Buddha, there is so many dialogues. Buddha says sometimes to the student says, no, teacher is not. And the Buddha says, oh, that's true. Buddha said true. It's not just Buddha said, and that's that final decision. Buddha like to activate it, energize our understanding, our realizations, bring out exactly. And so in this case also, as we said, mind is empty. We use all those terminology what the Buddha great masters taught. We should examine, we should analyze, we see. When we didn't find anything, we couldn't have any answer, then that must be true. Buddha says the mind is empty. All the great masters say empty. It is emptiness, appearance. Emptiness, yet is appearance. What is appearing? All the conceptions are appearing. All the conceptions from the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind are all appearance. Where they are. Again, no base, nothing is transcendental. This is what really known as realization of the mind. Because this is our meditation. We are going to meditate this in the Dzogchen. We are going to meditate on this. Therefore, we need confidence. We must have confidence. Without the confidence, confirmation, then our meditation will be shaky. Therefore, firm confidence meditation. Then you don't have, once you establish it, then you don't have to lingering. This